What if Khamzat wins the fight against Dricus Du Plessis and becomes a champion? Will he be active? Will he retire? Will the division be on hold the whole time? The answer from me in this video. Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Salam alaikum to everyone.
Alright you guys, there's a lot of talk online about that, so let's give my opinion to it. Khamzat Chimaev, if he beats Dricus Du Plessis, what will happen? Will we have him inactive like he's been in recent years, fighting once a year on a Saudi or Abu Dhabi card? Will he retire like Caio Borralho said? What will he do? Will he be active again like he used to be? We will find out soon.
I can't wait.
I obviously do not have the answer, I just have suspicions. So if you paid attention to his career, he used to be famous for being the most active guy. At least that's how he got into the scene. He fought 2 times in 2 weeks, right? That's how he got famous. That's the reason why he is who he is now. Why he got all that stardom. People are like, this guy is crazy.
Kill everybody!
Right? I don't think that he would have that kind of hype. He would still be hyped because of the way he finished fights and all of that. But I don't think the hype would be that big, or would have been that big, if he would not have had those back-to-back fights in Abu Dhabi, right? That's how I got introduced to him. So after he got that COVID problem where he wanted to retire because his health was so messed up and all of that, he has never been the same ever since in terms of activity. Now, some people may say it's visa issues, but then if you analyze it, you have to say, hey, look.
Here's the thing, you guys.
In recent years, we had Saudi Arabia cards at least once a year, and we had Abu Dhabi cards at least twice a year. We had events in China. We had events in Brazil. I'm not sure if he can't get into those countries. I know he can get into Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi, and I would not see a problem why he could not. He can definitely go into China because the Russian side is very good with China, right? They're friends. And there's a lot of events outside of the US every year. And you cannot tell me that you can't put him anywhere in there. As I said, he could fight 3 times a year, once in Saudi, 2 times in Abu Dhabi. Saudi is normally March, Abu Dhabi in summer fight night, and then in October, the pay-per-view. So it has to be something else than that. I don't think that is the problem, the whole visa thing. I think there is something else, especially since he has made so much money now. Money changes everything, bro.
Money changes everything.
And when Caio Borralho came out with that theory that he might retire after the fight, I was like, it is possible because he made a lot of money already. He will make some more money in this fight, and he had the health problems in the past. We don't really know how healthy and good he is now. We don't get a weekly honest update from him, right? Obviously. So we can only speculate and hope that he tells us the truth in those interviews. We don't know how his health is, you know what I mean? And if he's comfortable enough to retire money-wise, then it would be possible. But then he gave the interview with Brett Okamoto, and he said, brother, why should I retire? But I have a couple more fights in me, brother. I want to go back to welterweight division, but I have new strength and conditioning coach. Now he told me I can smash those people welterweight, no problem, but I can make this weight, no problem. He told me, and I will continue to fight. You know, I have to make money for family, and I want to have legacy and all of that, and smash people. You know what I mean? I smash everybody, brother. So yeah, he basically said that he wants to go back to welterweight, or he takes it into consideration. He definitely wants to go for a 2nd belt, potentially a 3rd belt, right? Light heavyweight and welterweight. Since he's working with a new coach, I feel like his weight and all of that seems to be more under control now. Yeah, we have to think like the money comes once you defend the belt. You don't earn pay-per-view points for winning the belt. You get the big money, even though pay-per-views are down a lot, but Khamzat is a guy who sells pay-per-views. You get the money once you defend the belt, right? And he loves fighting so much, or at least that's what it seems like. He seems like he loves fighting so much that I feel like, yeah, that he could be active again, especially since, as I said in the prediction video, if it's out yet, that he's not Khamzat anymore, he's Khamzat. He's so calm now, and he seems to have his life under control. He doesn't go out anymore. Even said at the interview with Brett Okamoto that he stays at home most of the time. He doesn't want to get sick because he goes out to the mall and meets fans who maybe are sick and give him the illness and all of that. He's very aware also, it can also be negative because it seems like he's scared of it, and once you're scared of something, you're scared of getting sick. That's normally when you get sick, you know what I mean? Kind of attract it. But he seems to be very aware of his whole situation. He seems to be more calm since he had a kid, more down to earth. He doesn't go out anymore like he used to, especially back with Darren Till and all of that. He went mad. He seems to be a much calmer guy, and even talked about defending the belt in Abu Dhabi, which would be nuts. That's in October. That's in 2 months, if my math serves me right. You know what I mean? It's August, October, 2 months. So that would be a quick turnaround. I don't even know if that's possible because there's already a heavyweight title. I don't know if he wants to be a co-main event. I would love it because I will be there, so that would be a dream to watch Khamzat again. I watched it once against Kamaru Usman live, and it was awesome to see. But I do think my belly can be wrong sometimes, but I feel like his life is under control now. He seems like he's in a good state of mind. He can enter the US again. So I feel like he will be, for as long as he's here, active. The only problem that I see is that he wants to chase the other divisions, which obviously then threatens the middleweight division because you need an active champion, and middleweight is as hot as ever. Middleweight is one of the most interesting divisions right now, if not the most interesting. It's filled. Yeah, I would say middleweight right now for me is the most interesting division. You have Caio Borraio, Nassourdine Imavov, you have Fluffy Hernandez, you have, my brain is not working well now, but there's so many guys that are waiting for their title shot, together with welterweight. Welterweight is maybe even more interesting. I don't know. They're quite similar, but they're both very interesting. So there's a lot of contenders at middleweight. I don't even know if the UFC allows those double champs anymore because they did not with Ilya and not with Islam. So I don't know if they will with Khamzat, but I have a feeling that Khamzat, either in his own division or in a second division, will be active again, at least somewhat. I would say 2 fights a year is what is realistic. And let's be honest, if he fights at middleweight 2 times a year and defends the belt 2 times a year, I'm happy with that. Of course, 3 times would be better, possibility, but 2 times is already better than what we had recently, right? So I believe Khamzat is a different man now. I do believe that with the whole US thing and all of that, it's easier to book him. You don't have to rely on those Abu Dhabi cards and all of that. But as I said in the beginning, it shouldn't be a problem either, but you get the message. I do think that, or I'm at least hopeful, because obviously I hope that as an MMA fan, especially since he's so interesting to watch, that he will stay active, that he will not retire, and that he has everything under control for what he then can fight more frequently. This is my assessment of the situation. Write your opinion in the comments, you guys. Will he even win the belt? Write in the comments, like this video, subscribe to the channel, would appreciate that. Check out all the links in the bio, the merch, all the good stuff. Check it out, you guys. Stay bloody, and until the next one, bye-bye. Bloodsport out.